We are ready to start the next match, but first we need to pick a winner for this collectible pin. Producer Reese, would you like to tell us who has won?
The winner is Caboose 1188.
Caboose 1188. Let's have a look at what you have won.
Need to like take the thing off.
You sir have won, sir or madam, excuse me. You have won a train pin. It's a pin from Train. It's a train pin. There we go. Congratulations. Well, I was going to do another one after this match, but it took so long to get the bloody match started. Why don't we do it now? Why don't we do it now?
Alright.
Reese, you can pick another winner, and we'll quickly open it and see what it is.
The winner is John Nguyen for the win. FDW.
John Wynn, I'm assuming his name is John Wynn for the win. You've won the victory pin. That's quite nice. Nice. So you'll need to PM us your addresses so Dan can turn up at your house and provide you with one of these, whatever you've won. Appears to be the pistol rounds. So no worries. I think maybe a bit delayed. All those shenanigans. Anyway, Complexity now, man up. Complexity win the round. Great.
Yeah, indeed. And so I was talking about Roku before. Again, a past Elevate. You know, when Complexity back in the days when they were Elevate. I mean, the orgs are switched around all over the place, so constantly. But this current edition of Complexity that he resides in could be the center stage for him to do some great things and really become properly known. Hopefully they're able to qualify internationally like CLG were able to do so. Maybe they could be the next team from America to do that. That'd be great to see, to be honest. However, getting into this one, we've got triple scouts at play for Winterfox. So they are going to go for the force up. And it could be painful here for Complexity. Winterfox are quite deadly on these force ups. And so far, 1-for-1 is the order of the day. But Winterfox players seem to be quickly falling to Roka and Co.
Desi is barely alive. Desi. That is the best death, whatever you call it, I've seen. Just facing the wall on your knees.
That's amazing.
That is always Counter-Strike always surprises me, or something. So Complexity, brilliant. They survived the anti-eco.
Brilliant.
Villain's going to be on the Tech 9. Semphis should be the point man with the MP7. I think it probably has better moving accuracy than the UMP. The UMP's got great recoil though, or lack of. Not as good as that week with the broken Tech 9 though, where it had no recoil at all. That was a fun week there. We have a stack towards the A site. Will they detect it? Oh, Belen's, I like this play. Looking to... Oh, never mind. He's dead. Never mind, Dan, he's dead. They haven't really identified the stack yet, but the rotation now should be spotted by automatic. He's in a good position to make loads of money with that UMP. 2 kills for him. Gonna retreat, reload, and then push once more. Continue his charge. Teammates are tagged. He is dead.
Yeah, it's a good anti-eco here from Complexity overall. Despite losing 2 players, it's okay. And, I mean, Winterfox can get the buy-in now, and it's quite well done by them because they did do quite a bit of damage in the past couple rounds. Of course, they did force it up, and they won't be able to buy up as much up now, but you can see that the effect on the economy of Complexity is a little bit more severe than it was in the previous match that we witnessed, where Follow Esports were able to take a game against Liquid. So I like that. I like the pressure. And Complexity going with a 4 players towards top mids to start things off with.
Indeed. Just look at the lack of utility on the Winterfox side. They've got next to nothing. And you have to favour Complexity very strongly here. Indeed, it's a good spray down there. Desi in a spot he cannot retreat from. Going to take 1 frag, but that's going to be that. He's going to get taken down pretty quickly, and Again, you saw how Liquid opted to not force it up on the second round. And again, the Winterfox just, they had nothing to buy. Like, apart from the rifles, they just had nothing there.
And one thing to note is, you know, of course, Desi and Flowsick are here, replacing as the Swedes. And that is probably going to help matters quite a lot. Even if you've got two players that aren't as good, let's just say, theoretically, not saying that they are or not are as good or as not as good as the players they're replacing. Just having players that have ping and can, in that sense, be all on the same page is going to help the team effort. Because I think if you've got one thing which is like that niggling feeling in the back of your mind where it's like, I can't really play my best, and everyone feels like that, then it's going to be really distracting and very easy to tilt, I think. And I think that's, you know, really credits why Winterfox had such a hard time in the first few matches when they were trying to force that with the with playing with 3 players from Europe. So that was of course quite awkward. And now they're into this
Quite awkward, of course.
eco situation. Got the pistols there, and Ango saved his M4. So let's see if they can get any damage done with this. It looks like they've actually discovered what's going on. They are moving players in place towards the B defense. However, put shots as well and try to delay complexity of getting out the apartments. And so far they are a little bit delayed, but they aren't losing any players. Looking quite good for complexity here.
Indeed it is. So, the Best are in a really strong position to just rack up loads of rounds here. Let's see, maybe Winterfox, see if they play for exits. Indeed, Desi is standing behind the block, as you can see. He'll have the sound cues to his advantage as well. So he should almost definitely get a frag here. Valence heavily tagged as well, could get himself 2, actually. Just the 1. Semphis surviving with the AWP for now, but he's gonna have to... Actually, can he survive there? Oh, that's unfortunate. And they all go down. So, 5-0 to complexity. They're all surviving onto Semphis. I mean, they've got loads of money anyway, so they're not too fast. Winterfox going to have the buy once again. This time they have more grenades than their first attempts. Orb coming out as well onto XP3, who is back in North America. So he does have a reasonable ping.
Yeah, everyone can be in a nice situation together. Let's see if they can open the round up in a stronger way this time. We've got a couple players moving in underpass before top mid is really properly challenged. That said, Semphis is actually peeking for the shot, and complexity will move in towards Connector. There's the entry onto Lex. Now, can they actually push further? Looks like they're going to be able to find some frags as the challenge comes in from Flowsick there. So it's a 3 versus 3 situation. XP3 is looking to try to get an advantage here for his team, but he's not going to be able to pull anything off, it would seem. But he does get some information, which is always valuable. Desi here is the guy that can really stop this. Valence has the bomb, and that is a big deal. Bomb is now down.
Ooh, Rocker though, showing why he is one of the more dangerous players in North America, although he's left the building now. Sanks left to do something here for the T side versus 2. Okay, a little bit of time there, but it's not going to work out for him. Winterfox going to finally get themselves on the board. AWP being saved as well.
The interesting thing there is that the bomb was down on slope, right? But Desi just ran into mid to pick up the orb, kind of assuming that his teammate would win the one-on-one, I think, or it felt like. Because if the one-on-one gets won by Valence there, then that's a really scary situation, because Desi had like 13 HP and he's out of position. That would have been kind of scary. So, anyway, 5-1. One might say it's the perfect opportunity for complexity to reset the economy of Winterfox and crush them. And looks like they are looking to do that with an A take. A execute.
Indeed, should complexity win this round, then we'll be looking at like an 8-1 potential score. So the push coming in, Desi's well positioned to do something about it, but he's got to be paranoid about Palace. So repositioning now. The position is good. Rocker doesn't know what's going on. The flash coming in as well will allow Desi to get some kills. Traded by Valence, but how far can they push onto this site? XP3 looking over the smoke. Going to try and stop the bomb plant from coming in. Indeed, he will do exactly that. Semphis, though, unable to kill XP3. I think it was a bit of a penetration shot. The nade will do the damage, however. Now it's only Flowsick left. Do they know where he is? He's close to the bomb. The bomb is down. Through the smoke here. Down to 1 versus 1. And Semphis has done the job for his team. An expensive round for complexity. But they had a lot of money to start with. And they will continue to have enough for the buy. And actually, the money, due to the saves weapons, the money's a bit all over the place for Winterfox, but they're going to be on the eco, I'm sure.
Yeah, getting reset back to $1,400. Pretty awful for them. And it's a big opportunity for Complexity. And they really came through because of Semphis' play at the end there, of course, with the AWP. You know, very star-studded stuff. And we do have the anti-eco play from Complexity going in towards the A bomb site. There are 3 players in place for Winterfox towards that bomb site, but we'll have to see if they can hit the shots. They won't get much of an opportunity. There we go. Nice little mini flick there from Legs to find the head of a lens. Now, can he get anything else done with this Deagle? In comes the rest of Complexity now to get all the frags. Frag-hungry players of Complexity, and they are going to be delivering only death to Winterfox.
There we go. See what the money's looking like now for the CTs. They could go for the buy, but again, they're going to be limited on what they have in terms of grenade utility. There we go. You can see Lex, there's the XP3. Next to nothing there. They've got some smoke grenades to try and force the T's away from choke points for a while. Other than that, though, they're going to be lacking in counter flashes, no Molotovs. It's going to be a painful round here for Winterfox unless they win the duels with inferior weapons.
Interestingly, from Complexity, they've left the bomb alone at pit, and looks like they want to build into the A take by sending everyone through connector more or less, or something similar. However, the defense here is quite nice for Winterfox. I mean, they just have to hit the shots on the setup, but unfortunately, Semphis again is in the right place at the right time with the AWP, and he's not going to miss. So Complexity have opened up the connector and window area for the team. Flowstick lurking above though. Will he be spotted by Roka there? Down below, yes, Sanks will get the kill. So looks like it's going to be quite a nice series of entries here from Sanks. He'll pick up a second one through connector. And now the A bomb side is well and truly up for grabs.
Well, it has been taken. We'll see if Winterfox can save one weapon. Again, Complexity, they're good at the scrimmy style if teams are unable to defend against it. I do wonder though if long term we'll ever see something more from them in a way that G2 have developed now into a team, you know, with solid executes, good mid-round calls and so on. I feel like there's going to come a time where Complexity will need to make to kind of take that leap if they want to continue to develop as a team.
Yeah, I mean G2 were a team that I kind of wrote off the most of all the European top contenders because they were coming from a place that was just so all over the shop. It was just like a bunch of mercenaries just joining forces. It's like, you know, how do you make this into a good team? Everyone has to switch roles. The roles are all kind of wrong at the moment. They don't have the right players anyway, and they did end up switching a lot of the players. But yeah, having seen, you know, getting to the bottom line here, having seen what they have done, it does give me hope for pretty much everybody, to be honest.
I had a dream. Don't know the rest of the lyrics, sorry. So 5 players, the entire Complexity side now going through mid. There's 2 CTs in the underpass to see if the Winterfox side can do anything with this information. Could be an interesting flank actually, as the bomb's headed towards B bomb site now. 2 Winterfox players down, but we'll expect the 2 in the apps. I'm not sure if they're running. Not sure if the lens will hear them. See them looking in the window, so again, not much going on for Winterfox here. No frags whatsoever. 9-1 to Complexity. It's a rout at the moment.
Yeah, Complexity doing a really good job, that's for sure. They got a lot of skills on their team. Although that said, Winterfox as well, having Desi in there, standing in. We've seen Flowstick on Liquid previously as well. Before the Hiko days, Flowstick went to some lands with Liquid in Europe. So definitely experienced players for Winterfox. But of course, you know, they're not used to playing together. However, Complexity have been together for quite some time now. So it's quite interesting to see how their development is. Make a nice nade there onto Valens. Anger looking for more though. He's going to slowly hear and spot these players as the approach onto the B1 side is made. Nice snap there onto Valens. Still more players where that came from though, and Anger is holding his ground. He'll get 2 frags on the defense, but still lots more players to be found. Semphis is absolutely nuts with that AWP. He is doing so much damage. He's bullying his way back into the bomb site. He's going to take all of them down. 3 players in a row. And again, he saves them.
Semphis, of course.
Yeah.
He's not even top fragging for his team yet, but Semphis will always be in my alpha draft.
I mean,
almost always.
That's the cool thing though. Like you know, we know that he's not been making that many frags, but the 2 rounds when he has gone mental,
Win the round frags.
it's been insanely important rounds.
Look at the buy from Winterfox again. 5 FAMASs. The buys just get worse and worse here. Again, they've got a few smoke grenades, but they don't really have the utility. They just can't stop the charges from Complexity. Complexity don't appear to have any respect for their opponents. Just charging into the site, looking to pillage, burn down the mud huts, take all the bread and the women. It's down to Automatic now versus XP3, who's going to reposition. He's got 7 bullets in the clip. It's not going to be enough. Automatic to finish off the trades.
Okay, so we got loads of cash for Complexity. They got a really strong half going their way already. They could lose all the rest of the rounds and still be poised to win off the pistol round if they were successful there. But looks like they want more. We got the Winterfox using the consecutive round loss bonus to full effect, being able to buy after buy after buy. $3,400 is where it caps out, which is of course not that much money, losing all these rounds, but we'll see if they can make something happen. Here comes the push now on 2A.
Well, Roka going to start the proceedings here for the T side. Actually, this is going a little bit better now. They're winning these duels, although it does almost seem a bit random at this point. Automatic now with the bomb versus 2. Float's going to have to smoke himself off because he was in a corner with a Molotov, so Automatic has an opportunity now. I mean, the bomb plant doesn't even matter that much other than putting pressure on these CTs, because almost all the Complexity side is still over 10k. You can see Automatic. Is he going to go all the way to the B-bomb side, or is he going to try and flank from CT, or...?
This is really smart. I mean, he's got so much time to use. He could even just hang out a little bit and just wait it out, see if they make a move with a, and him having a good position and still the time to go to a bomb site. But it does look like he's he's got both options, flanking or going towards B. B is definitely a little bit safer, because if he goes through if he crawls through that, it's very likely that a CT could also be going into that angle at any moment. If you get caught crawling through, you're very likely going to die. So Smarty's going to plant onto the B bomb site, and looks like he's going to go straight back to shop here. Let's see if he can hit the shots that he needs to hit to win this round. There's the first. Flowsick will die, and now it's just Anger who is oncoming. And Automatic has a big advantage here. He hears him, he peeks out, but Anger's ready, and he'll get the defuse as well. Good job there to Anger to save that one for his team, because, I mean, all the rounds at this point are insanely important. You want to get at least 4 so that if you lose the pistol round, you can still actually have at least a buffer of 1 round.
Winterfox have doubled their score down. And there are only 2 rounds left for them to double it again. We'll see if they can do so. AWP, of course, coming up for Semphis. Again, the T side are going to have no trouble buying after all those rounds won. The FAMASs continue on the Winterfox side. It's got a bit more nades than previous, and a cursory look towards mid, but would not recommend a second peek.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Got a fast mid take coming in from Complexity once again, looking for the positioning into the middle area, giving them or affording them the opportunity to build into connector or short to then cause havoc on either bomb site, whichever they choose. That's the name of the game, giving all the options to yourself. Valen's looking to walk through the smoke, they get flashed through. He's going to take down Flowstick straight away. All what's left for his teammates on B to do is just Angu's left there by himself. Now, will the T's get to him quickly enough? There's the duel actually from Roka. He's not going to be able to pick up the frag, but critically weakening Anger. He's trying to survive and play this angle, but he will finally go down as the reinforcements comes in. But Complexity are well aware they can still go to A at this point. They don't have to force B.
Indeed, CT's rotating, and there are 2 players waiting for that rotation. Lek's going to get taken down by Valens there. Just heard him charging through. Desi looking for the flanker now. He's going to find the angle, but doesn't have enough bullets left, and he will go down to the remaining 3 players. 12-2 now, and Complexity on the verge of a 13-2 half. You can see the money lacking for Winterfox. They should only get 1 rifle out of this buy from on Anger, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty rough for Winterfox at this point. If they'd won that round, of course, with the money of winning the round, they would have been able to maybe get the 11-4, but now it looks kind of like a sad state of affairs. They have 3 people going through B apps at this point in time. Do Complexity looking to get themselves into that B-bomb site. There is, of course, the only man with a weapon, Anger, who is empty, so they'll have to go through that.
Did not, of course. Well, there's a man advantage for the CT to make that 2, and they've done a lot of work here. I mean, I think there's a good chance of them winning this now. Desi, we'll see if he can pick up a weapon. He's already on the site, so that might be difficult. Let's see if he can... Ooh, Stank's looking for it. He's got 8 bullets left, though. Oh, he might get caught with the reload. Desi can't get down in time. Just 1 shot required now. He's only got 1 HP. Sanks, he just needs the head, but you can see all the pressure now is on Sanks as he knows where he is, and he can just sit here, wait for the 1-click.
Yeah, he knows not to pull out any nades as well. And ooh, wow, he actually gets it with the crouch. Amazing. That's very unlucky for Desi not being able to land the last shot there. Sanks on 1 HP. Oh my goodness. Oh dear, not much going the way of Winterfox in this first half. They're left with a 13-2 scoreline and a heavy amount of pressure, just on the pistol round. If they lose the pistol round, they're not going to stay in the game for more than a couple rounds, very likely. So they better win the pistol and see what they go with. It looks like they're moving towards A, and Complexity are playing an A retake sort of style of play here as well. Quite defensive there. 3
T's in the Palace, with 2 throwing the executes in from Slope, so let's see what the play is from the CT side. They have 2 smokes of their own. Interesting one from Valenz actually. Oh, it's going to allow him to get into the sandwich area. 2 frags for him, thinning out these numbers, and look at that. Floating down to 4 HP, he's gone. It's XP3 down to 7 HP. Is he soon to go? Desi doesn't have much life either, and he will be sprayed down with a CZ, so XP3 now without the bomb. He's just going to get finished off there while he backs down on the slope. So, on a lot of executes, you'll see the T side throwing smokes onto the stairs on A, but CT's used it. They put it there themselves and use it to their advantage to get into sandwich undetected and just wreck Winterfox basically.
Crazy thing is that Valen's not only killing 2 players immediately. He, I think he got like 80 damage at least onto two other players before dying. That's kind of game over there. Unfortunate for Winterfox, but they got the force, and they're going to be moving in like savages towards that B-bomb site with those deagles, and Tech9's ready to bludgeon their opposition. Let's see if they can make something happen here. We get a nice flash in from Automatic. He's looking for follow-up frags. He's going to find them as well. Defense is looking remarkably sound here for Complexity, as the last man will go down. 15-2 is now the score, as match point has been reached by Complexity.
Well, what can Winterfox muster in this round? A scout and 3 deagles to Tech9. So kind of a similar story to the entire match for them. Not going to have much utility next to no grenades, etc. So, looks like the B bomb site's been somewhat abandoned due to this underpass push not paying off. If he's going to wreck Automatic with that deagle. Can Floating do similar top mid? Indeed he can. Semphis going down as well. Now, the question is, if Winterfox pick up some of these SMGs, the armor on the CTs should still be advantageous. The remaining players have 2 FAMASs and 1 MP9. Sank's got to be careful though, because he's in a bit of a crossfire should he choose to push. Found himself the angle though. Valen's just playing the information game as well. Flowsick, it's a matter of time until he gets executed. No, he's not going to do it. Oh dear. Dear oh dear.
Oh god. Oh no.
Such BM.
Yeah. Here it is though, Desi and Lex, they got the bomb down so they can still win the round for the team. Lex looking to go for the peek out, nice connection there. Gonna switch out to the pistol, that's going to do the job. So looking fantastic here, hits the other critical shot that should enable Desi to finish the job with that deagle, but he's down to 16 HP at this point, he's missing. Oh no, very unfortunate there, and the defuse comes in 16-2, and Complexity are going to defeat Winterfox quite handily so, I might add. So well played to Complexity, they look very sharp there, and we saw some very key, I mean Semphis, as you said, might not be topping the leaderboard there with the frags, but he had 2 really important rounds where he saved his team. I mean, I think we had a defense from XP3, and Semphis was like, boom, you're dead, and you're dead. And now we've reset you on the economy. Outside
of that, it was basically a scrim. Now, this is basically what I expected. Again, Winterfox basically 2 players down. I'm saying basically a lot. I recognise that. They're two players down. Even if the other 2 players are high skilled, you're still not a team if you have 3 players from a team. So that was always going to happen, unfortunately. But there we go. Quick one. So we have 2 of our subs won these badges, pins, what are they called?
They're called pins, mate.
Whatever. Yeah, 2 people won these today. Congratulations to them. I suppose we're back with North America tomorrow. Maybe we'll do another one. I don't know. But again, send us your info. We will post these to you if you want the codes from the back so you can play with them. Then we can send those to you in advance. No problem. Anyway, that's going to bring our stream to a close for today. We will be back soon with more Counter-Strike. Until then, goodbye, good night, good evening, bonsoir.